Hi everyone, this is Tackle the Feelings Before the Behavior, or TFBB, and my name's Paula Taylor. And today I wanted to talk about the ingredients we need to process emotions and inherently integrate them and release them so that they're not sitting there unprocessed or like trauma. And a lot of us understand that we need to work through emotions, but don't have the big picture of what it takes to process and integrate or release emotions that have been trapped inside us, that are coming up for messages. What do we do with these emotions, with our emotional system? And so many of us experience this emotional burnout, this flooding of emotions, this huge, big, unprocessed vault of emotion that, or trauma that we know is there. Most of us know we have something there, and that's the first step. Not everybody does recognize their trauma. That's a process of itself. But for those who do know that it's there and don't actually know what to do with it, and do a lot of things to push it down, to suppress it, to make it go away, so to speak, or to save it for another time, or just hope it goes away on its own. These are the people I want to talk to today. And if you are one of them, processing emotions require some ingredients. And if you think about it, when we're in defense, when we're in survival, when our anxiety is flaring because we're not in a good environment, or there's something there that is not good for us, unsafe for us, draining for us, completely out of alignment, those kinds of things. If we are not stable on the physical level, we are, below the bread line, really struggling with actual survival things, the roof over our head, food in our bellies, taking care of children, etc. We are not able to do that emotional processing, because what is required first and foremost is a level of vulnerability. We need to be able to get vulnerable so that we can access these emotions, because they weaken us before they release. They have to run through our system. To process an emotion is to actually feel the emotion, to feel what comes up with the emotion, and to attend to the needs of that emotion, and to attend to the emotion itself. That is what we need to be doing. But most of us get a bit clapped down by our emotional experiences, especially if there's been a backlog of emotions, of trauma. And that's why therapy can be really, really helpful, because a therapist can help stop that flooding of everything coming all at once and help you manage through and do it almost one by one, or chunks at a time, instead of getting completely re-traumatized and flooded over by emotion. So we need that to get vulnerable, and what we need as well is safety. We need a safe space to be able to work through things, to be able to work through our trauma. Whatever that looks like, it doesn't need to be a therapist's office, but it does need to be somewhere where you can feel you can get vulnerable. So those main ingredients are vulnerability and safety. If you are unsafe, if you are not able to get vulnerable because you are not in a situation where you can be weak, so to speak, because you need to weaken a little bit to strengthen, your body's going to store those emotions. And so you've got to put things in place to help yourself release. And to process emotion is to feel it. You need to give yourself a time where it can run through your systems, not just your mental space. Emotions are not mental. They impact the mental, the cognitive, the brain, the thinking, but they are not processed there. We make sense of things almost after the fact, or during if you get skilled at it. But we need to have a space where we can feel, where we can cry, where we can shake, where we can want to scream, whatever it is that comes out. Just get out those raw emotions, whatever context they come attached to. We need a space to be vulnerable, that is safe, that we can feel. So I hope that's been helpful. Take care. Bye.